On June 16th, 2019, I posted a pickups video because I got a box from eBay and inside of it was a Nintendo Wii U. And I bought that out of pure curiosity about this hated console by many people saying it was a massive failure. I wanted to play it and judge it for myself. On July 31st, 2019, I posted a follow-up video because I wanted to give my brief impressions after having played a couple of different games, and to my surprise, I was truly enjoying this console. On October 2019, I traveled to New York City with my wife because we love all that pizza, them donuts, all that delicious food, and I also posted a challenge of how many different places could I visit in an attempt to go on a Wii U game hunt. At the beginning of this year, I showcased a couple of Wii games running on the Wii U because a lot of people don't know that even though the actual name Wii U is very confusing, you could in fact play Wii games on the Wii U, not just on your television, but also on the Wii U gamepad. And now that we're coming to the end of the year, the holiday season is upon us. Am I still playing games on my Nintendo Wii U? Hey everybody, what's going on? Juan here. Welcome back. On this video, I'm going to be talking about just that because the fact that I'm playing a lot of games on my PS3, on my computer, everybody's obsessed about the PS5 and the new Xboxes. I'm still having a whole lot of fun playing games on my Nintendo Wii U, so it's going to be a pretty chill experience, giving some brief impressions of not just the individual games, but the overall concept of I have a Switch, I have a whole lot of games on Switch, especially games for as cheap as $2, but every time that I go back to the Wii U, it's got a very special feel. There's just something very unique about it, not just in actually using the Wii U Pro Controller. I love using the gamepad. It's very comfortable. So if you like what I do, please make sure to subscribe. Give me that thumbs up. Go down to the comment section and let me know. Are you still playing games on your Wii U in 2020 and beyond? And I want to give a huge shout out to a Facebook community that's shown me a lot of love. The information is right here and in the description. So if you're eager to become part of a much bigger community that loves that Wii, loves the Wii U, description for all of the information. So I mentioned that in addition to playing Wii U games on the Wii U, I mean, you would at least expect that to work, right? You can't play Wii games. So I mentioned in multiple videos that Super Mario Galaxy is a game that I started playing this year for the very first time. I'm still frustrated at the fact that we got that HD collection, so I've actually not picked this up after that came out because I do have that conflict, and I mentioned that previously, but even then, I really love being able to plug in the Wii U and playing it there and knowing that it's accessible because even though I can't play that high-definition version, I like to at least have my first experience with a game, have it be the most original version possible, so that way I can give like a really nice impression. This one, I have done an individual video on this channel right here, so description for the information. Shakedown Hawaii, perhaps one of the last physical games on the Wii U. I think there's something really special about getting a modern 2020 physical release for the Wii U. This game's also available in a digital format. It does beg the question of, can this happen? I'm not even saying if people want to make it happen, right? Like, was Nintendo just going like, wait, we still have that option? People are still allowed to do that? But if you like a cartoony style GTA game that doesn't stop and is not super long, average beat time, 6 to 8 hours, Shakedown Hawaii, super fun, and you can also play it on the gamepad. This one, I just wanted to bring it up because I literally have to have some kind of excuse to bring up this game whenever possible. I recently started playing Super Mario 3D Land on the Nintendo 3DS, and it's because I love this game so much. I'm like, I want more of it, and I know I'm gonna get more of it next year on the Switch. And yes, I'm gonna have to buy it because even though it's gonna be 60 bucks or whatever, it's gonna have that additional DLC and it's gonna have online co-op. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. I have played this game in co-op. I don't like these games like I've tried it with Donkey Kong Country, with the new Super Mario Brothers games. Even though it's a neat feature, I think it makes the experience very frustrating and not necessarily in a good way. But maybe when we get this on the Switch, I'll be picking it up and maybe I can play online with one of you. And speaking of online, I've had two main sources of motivation to work on this video. The first one is my great friend Juan. I've worked on multiple videos with him, and another motivation came from the user Mitchell Reller from that Facebook group that I mentioned. Regarding that online, check out a game like Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 is like the weirdest thing because I played and beat Mass Effect 2, and I played this game on both PC and the Wii U, but I have never ever played the single player. When I bought it on PC, it was only to do the Horde mode stuff, the online, And the only reason that I got it on Wii U is because of that as well. People told me, hey, it's still working. So Dark One and I have been going online and slowly progressing. We started just getting pummeled time and time again because even though I love the Wii U, I am going to say it's not exactly great for first-person shooters or third-person shooters for me. I haven't experienced Call of Duty yet, so maybe it changes once I eventually get those games. But the fact that when you're playing one of these games using the Wii U Pro Controller, as amazing and comfortable as it feels, there's something weird about having the analog sticks up top, and I think it's because I became a creature of habit, right? I mainly play first-person shooters on computer, and even when I did that on console, I did it on PS2, so we're talking about a completely different controller scheme. And this is where I feel I have to put a big disclaimer here because I'm talking about this right now. On October 30th is when I'm recording this video, right? They could shut these servers down literally 5 minutes after I work on this video. I've joked with Dark One saying like, there's got to be somebody just going like, wait a minute, 2 people connected to Mass Effect 3 online on Wii U? Just why? It's like, let the kids have a little bit of their fun. Let them be, man. Let them be. They're playing the Wii U for crying out loud. But seriously, super cheap, super accessible Mass Effect 3. And this next one really blew me away because not only did I not know it had co-op, I didn't know the co-op was online. Going back to Dark One, you know, we've been playing a whole lot of co-op games this year. One day he writes to me, hey, you want to do some Ninja Gaiden 3 co-op on Wii U? I legit was seconds away from writing back to him like, dude, I'm sorry, but that game doesn't have online co-op. I popped the disc in. Within the menu, there's a freaking online system in this game for a co-op hack and slash experience. The first time that we played this online, I just kept asking like, do other versions of Ninja Gaiden 3 also have this? Because it's super fun. You can level up, you can unlock weapons, you can customize your character. There are some kind of perks, and it's a Ninja Gaiden game. So to say that it is difficult is an incredible understatement. The only complaint I have about these levels is that most of them are just a square area. They'll have a nice background, but with the exception of a few levels that have things like a bridge, most of them feel very generic. But honestly, this game is stupidly cheap. And the worst part is, it's one of the first 4 games I got with the Wii U because it came with the console that I got on eBay. And I played the single player for a little while, but I wasn't very good at it. Playing co-op, I felt like, hey, I feel like I'm getting better. I can keep playing one of these video games. So I'm compelled to give this another shot. So here's the interesting question. Did you know that not only did this have a co-op, but online co-op? Be real with me. Let me know in the comments. Another game I've really been enjoying, and I feel like this is truly one of those hidden gems. It's weird because it's a main Nintendo game. It's NES Remix Pack, and I believe there's a version of this on the Nintendo 3DS, but I don't know if it's a one-to-one version, so I'm not gonna talk about that one. It takes a lot of these great games from the NES library, like Excitebike, Mario, Punch-Out, Kirby, and it changes them to a very small, compact experience. Imagine like a WarioWare, but it's a full-blown game. Like in some of them, like some Kirby stages, even if you mess up, you actually still kind of continue playing the game, and the more you play, you can unlock more levels, and it does get very challenging. And because it's score-based, it's one of these games that you can come back to time and time again because you want to do just that much better. And playing this on the Wii U, I'm just so surprised that this hasn't come out, and watch Nintendo adds a couple more games and then releases it deluxe for $60. And now let's talk about bucket lists regarding video games. I think we're all somewhat guilty of hearing about some of these incredible games that people experience growing up, but then you're like, oh, I'm afraid to admit that I never played this. And I've talked about this previously, but now I'm actually playing The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. Much like Ninja Gaiden 3, I also got this with my Nintendo Wii U, and I purposely held off playing this game up until this year because we are going to be talking about it in a long-form format on A Cast of the Past. That's a podcast that I'm involved in. We publish a new episode every Sunday. We've talked about Resident Evil 2 and 3, the original version, Silent Hill, A Link to the Past, and now we're getting ready to talk about this game. And even though I'm kind of contradicting myself because with Galaxy, I said that I like to experience the most faithful version, right? And with this one, it's in high definition, it's beautiful, and I've heard that they changed a couple of things. Look, I wanted to play games on the Wii U, And if there's one thing that really just blows me away, it's something very insignificant, and you can also do this back on the DS and the 3DS. It's that because you have the item screen on the gamepad, or when it comes to the DS and 3DS, they're on the lower screen, you don't really have to pause games as much. And the experience is so much different, because something I hated about Zelda games, as much as I love them, is that you have to pause so many times to switch things, and here it's just like, go down, drag this, okay, you got that, keep going. And holy crap, I'm loving this game. I may eventually do a deeper dive into it, because I'm only a couple of hours in, and I don't want to pretend like I played enough to form a full opinion about it. But I'm surprised at how smooth it feels. It's like a faster version of Ocarina of Time. I've gone back and played the 3DS version a little bit. It looks stunning. Very quickly, they get you in with the sword play. They establish the plot, where you gotta come save your sister that was kidnapped. It's on your birthday, like worst birthday ever. And that sparks the whole journey that you have. And it's so stunningly beautiful. And I'm pretty surprised that this game is not that hard to get still. I think that over time, the price is definitely going to go up. Like Twilight Princess HD, that's going on for about 40 to 80 bucks, and I would love to get that version in the future, because I've said before that I didn't love my time with Twilight Princess on the Wii. So if you played Wind Waker, please let me know what's your impression about it. If you play both the GameCube one and the Wii U version, do you think this one is like the definitive version? I would love to know, because that's what I've been seeing online. But I know some people like to be very faithful and say, hey, if you want to play a game, you gotta play the original one. Why am I still playing games on my Wii U in 2020 and beyond? Shout out to you, my friend Yannick. Because I can. So many channels kind of have to justify why they're doing something, because oh, you're playing games on the Wii U. You're just trying to be the other guy. You're trying to be some of them Wii U apologists. You can kind of just play a game because you want, right? When I work on these videos, I don't have this whole concept of, well, everybody's focusing about that Switch Pro, so I'm just going to keep talking about the Wii U. Oh, the PS5, I'm just going to talk about the PS3. I just like to do it. And I think that all of us as gamers need to just accept that there's a whole lot of gaming. I mean, just look at this over here. Check out some of my Wii U games back there. There's a whole lot of stuff that I've still yet to play. And even in 2021 and beyond, I am still going to provide some level of Wii U coverage, not because it's cool, not because of any of that, but because I personally really do enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoyed this laid-back conversation about the Wii U. Please don't be afraid to go down to the comment section and let me know which games you've been playing for the console, whether it be Wii games, Wii U. Don't forget that I do have gameplay videos about some of these, including the NES Remix game on my PlayerJuan Plays channel on YouTube. So that's youtube.com/PlayerJuanPlays. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Player Juan whenever possible, because the internet is not too great in Puerto Rico. So thank you for watching, subscribing, giving me that thumbs up, warm hugs, and take care, everybody.